Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing? It is another weekly weigh-in video. I am a couple of days late. I am so sorry, but it has been a busy old week. We've been down to Yorkshire, helping my parents move all their furniture into storage. I'll say helping move. We've been down there giving moral support, helping with cleaning and things, and the removals have been and taken everything into storage. We brought them back up here on Wednesday, and the house sale completed today, which is amazing. So yeah, they're going to stay with us for a few weeks until the purchase goes through of their new property. So it's all very exciting, but in the meantime, videos are going to just be a little bit different just because I'm hiding in bedrooms and things like that doing my filming. So yeah, I did get weighed in on Tuesday the 24th, but today is the first opportunity I've had to pop on and let you know how my weight has been this week and how things are going. So yeah, I hope you've all had a really good week. Do let me know how it's going in the comments down below. I'm a wee bit behind responding to comments and things, but I read everything, and if anyone's got like a pressing question or anything, I will answer that promptly. But everything else, I've read them all. Thank you all so much, but I am getting round to answering all of you because I do love to respond. Life's just busy. So if you're new here, yeah, I started MOUNJARO back on May the 21st, 2024. And it's been going so well. I've had a really lovely, slow, steady journey. I mean, to be fair, it was fairly swift to begin with, I think. But yeah, it's just been a really nice journey. I've not really had any horrible side effects or anything. And I reached my goal weight kind of range back in February this year, February the 11th. And I've been maintaining since then, and it's all just going really, really well. So I have set myself a goal range that I want to keep my weight between, which I'll show you as we go through my update. And yet, since I've hit my, like back in February, and I've been maintaining, I've stayed within my goal range. So I'm really, really pleased. So this week, we had Glenn's brother staying with us like last weekend, so that was really nice. So I mean, I did cook, we were out for tea one night, but we had a few extra little treats and things, and and then on Monday we had quite a few friends that are visiting the area and from Yorkshire, so they sort of stopped in on Monday for a few hours, and so we had lots of lovely cakes and treats and things then as well. So I've had a few extra treats this week compared to normal. But I am in maintenance, and you know, I think it's really important just to be able to continue living and not to feel deprived, and to sort of yeah, just to sort of feel like you can't partake in these like nice things of life, you know. So it's absolutely fine to do that. I was wanting to get back into exercise as well this week, and my husband had been away, and if you've seen my daily vlogs, you'll know I'd gone to sort of do a spin session in the garage. I was going to be plugging in the bike. I thought, well, the socket won't quite fit in because of the shape of the plug, so I thought I'll get an extension cable, plug the extension cable in, and I blew the electrics. I had the electric extension thing, I think, was just knackered. So but it freaked me out a bit because I was on my own, and then I didn't want to risk electrocuting myself. Electrifying, is that a word? But anyway, so point is, I haven't been doing any formal exercise since my last update, but I have been very, very busy. Okay, so still keeping busy. I'll pop a few little bits of information in here about my starting weight and things like that. So yeah, I am currently 54 years old. I'm 5'5" tall, 165 centimetres. Now my starting weight was 13 stone, 12.8 pounds, which is 194.8 pounds, 88.36 kilos, and my BMI was 32.4. I've obviously been on MOUNJARO since last May, boom, 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 getting up to February this year when I reached my goal. And then, yeah, I am now currently on 5 milligrams of MOUNJARO, which I'm maintaining with. Things are going really well. I've got like no side effects, feeling really good. All is good in the hood. So I'm just going to remind you of last week's weigh-in, and then we'll have a look at this week's results. So last week I weighed in at 10 stone 6.7. It was 146.7 pounds, 66.54 kilos. My BMI was 24.4. I'd maintained last week, but if you remember, I was sort of talking about how obviously I've got this £8 range that I want my weight to be in. So I want to sort of sit somewhere between 10 stone, which is £140, and 10 stone 8, which is £148. So as long as my weight is anywhere within that £8 range, I'm really kind of happy. I think it's quite healthy to have that range, just to allow for a little bit of movement depending on what you're doing, you know, if you're having little treats and things, or if you're on holiday. But I mean, besides which, your weight just naturally fluctuates anyway, so it just takes that pressure off rather than trying to stay one particular weight, because nobody stays the same weight all the time. It's just not like a normal sort of thing that happens. So let me do a screen recording. We can share the screen and we'll talk through that. I use the RENPHO scales, and it has got a free app which has some nice little features on it. We can do comparisons, graphs on there. You can look at your trends like over like a week, a month, a day. You know, I can show you all this as we go through. And as we discovered a couple of weeks ago, it has a maintain function on it, so you can count your days, which I didn't realise, so I missed, but I found a way to be able to still track how many days you've been at maintenance. So let's get on and look at this section of the video. I'm going to just start a screen recording now, and I can share that with you all. Perfect. So this week I have weighed in at, so this is for week 57. Did I even tell you that? Week 57, maintenance week 19. And I got on the scales on Tuesday morning, and I weighed 10 stone, 5.7 pounds. So I have come down £1 this week from last week. So I'm really happy with that, because I was heading up to the upper end of my target range. So I'm sort of sitting just above halfway now, which I feel a bit happier with, that's for sure. So yeah, 10 stone, 5.7 pounds, which is 145.7 pounds, 66.088 kilos. My BMI is 24.3. I have now lost 25.2% of my starting body weight, and total weight loss so far is 3 stone, 7.1 pounds, 49.1 pounds, 22.3 kilos. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. Food wise, I feel like I say it's gone pretty well this week. I'm quite happy with how things are. I'm like very good at my breakfasts and lunches, and yeah, I'm going to be making some more soup and things like that. I've been really enjoying homemade soups, so I'm eating like good dinners and things. And I don't think we'll be having as many cake treats and things like that moving forward. So it's all good in the hood. So let's have a little look here. So as you can see here, I found the maintenance feature on my app in 16 days ago. So it says I've just been maintaining, but I've got my weight here. My range is 10 stone, and it's 10 stone 8.4 on here. It will not let me put 10 stone 8. It's just one of those little quirks on the app, which sometimes drives me mad. So let's have a little look down here. So I'm comparing this to last week's weigh-in. So this is just over a week. We can have a look here, and we can see that so my weight is 10 stone 5.7 pounds, BMI is 24.3, body fat 34.3, subcutaneous fat 31.4, visceral fat is the same at 7, muscle mass, we've got it there, skeletal mass is 38.3, body water has gone up to 45.1, BMI is down a wee bit, 12.98, metabolic age is 56, boo. Protein's up at 15%. Then we've got the fat-free mass and the bone mass. So scroll up here, we can do a comparison report. Okay, so I'm just going to select February the 11th, which is when I reach my goal weight. So let's click at that. And what we can do now, if we scroll down and say view comparison report, it will now tell me how many days I've been in maintenance since I didn't set the maintenance date at the beginning. So you can see that it's 133 days that I have been on my maintenance. So if you do want to check how many days you've been, you can just use the feature that way. And then you can obviously compare your stats and things there. Equally, you could compare from the start of your journey. In my case, I had my scales 2 weeks into the start of my journey. So I can just click confirm. Move back to, it was last June, I got my scales, it was June the 4th, I can click that. So you can see here like little changes just in the boxes like this, or you can choose the report and have it side by side. And as your health indicators improve, the colours change. So obviously at the beginning my weight was in the red zone, now I'm in the green zone. So you've got a nice little visual like that as well. So you've got your initial reading, your latest reading, and then the change between those two. So that's really nice if you just want to have like a little visual motivator just to see how you're doing. It's like it's a really nice to sort of feel rewarded that way and just see the changes that you're making. And what is also quite nice to do is have a little look at today. So we can click over for body composition, and here we go now. So we can have a little look at today's, and so I've got the weight. I can have a little look on that slidey scale, see if I'm like red, amber, green, you know, if it's sort of doing well. So my weight is in the green zone, so that is good, albeit at the top end. Let's bring it down a wee bit. BMI obviously is at the top. That's just comparable. It just reflects the weight on the graph. My body fat is still showing as in the red zone, so we need to work on that. Subcutaneous fat is still shown as high. Visceral fat is so good. I'm nearly at excellent. Muscle mass is good. It's the top end of average. Skeletal mass percentage, it says, is down, and that's because my fat percentage is also off a wee bit. My hydration is at 45.1, which is, yay, I'm back in the green zone. I had slipped out of the green zone the last few weeks, so it's nice to be back green. BMI is like a really good rate there. That's the calories you burn just at rest, just by being alive. Metabolic age is 56, so I really want to get that down to 55. My protein is good. Fat-free mass is fine. My bone mass is good as well. What was I going to look at then? I was just going to show you something and I can't remember what it was. Oh, I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, let's have a look at the trend section. This is the bit I think lots of us kind of like. So here, as you can see, I've got the 2 dotted lines. That's my weight range, and it only shows on like the weight section here. So you can look at the past week, the past month. Again, so you can see for last month I've been in there, and actually my weight is dropping this past month, which is good. So I'm bringing it back down again over the last 3 months. So it looks really higgledy-piggledy. However, it has stayed within the range markers. So that's very successful. It doesn't matter how up and down it is, as long as I've got it set, as I'm staying within my range. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. And then over the past year, that's what it's like there. Again, you can see when I've hit down into my range. And then if we look at for every reading, that's it there. I think it'd be quite nice just to look really at the past 3 months since I've been in Target as well. So we can kind of have a little look at that. So this is what it's been looking like recently. There's my BMI again, nice wiggly wobbly line. Body fat is coming back down again after having like a little peak. And that little peak was back in the last week of May. Oops, a daisy. I can't remember. I can never remember how to get this out. There we go. My fat, again, it's starting to come down again, which is good. Visceral fat, I just had a little blip and then it's just stabilized again. It's been so stable for so long. Muscle mass is doing okay. Skeletal mass, skeletal muscle is improving, which is really good. My hydration is improving. Basal metabolic rate, it's pretty consistent really. If you look at that lowest one there was 1298, so about 1300 calories, which is good at rest. And then my highest was 1467. Metabolic age just sort of sat at 56. There's my protein, fat-free mass, and bone mass. So that is really, really lovely. And then if you look at my full journey from the very, very beginning, you can just see how that has been coming down really nicely there for my weight. BMI has come down nicely. Again, body fat. You can just kind of see where I've just been sort of settling into maintenance. I would like to improve on these, you know, I'm not gonna lie, but you know, it's all a work in progress and life is just getting in the way. We've had house moves, moved from my parents, and it sounds a bit like excuses, but it's not, is it? Sometimes you just need to cut yourself a bit of slack, and that's what I'm doing. It's like you just can't be too harsh on yourself at all. Skeletal muscle is doing okay, body water is doing okay, and BMR, metabolic age, protein, fat-free mass, and bone mass. So yeah, that is that. Let me just shut this off. Stop. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I think it's been an okay week, and my weight's been coming down, and I've just been keeping an eye on my weight still daily. I do check it every morning still, just to make sure things are okay. Obviously, so many things will affect your weight day to day, depending on what sort of food you've eaten, what your hydration's like, you know, all these other things. So it's, and like hormones, everything. So don't get too hung up on it. You will see fluctuations on the day to day. So for the next week, I just want to continue on trying to maintain good eating habits. I've been busy in the garden, so I'm just continue being things like that. I want to reintroduce my daily walking, which I'm going to be working hard at. I've got another week at home and I'm going on holiday again soon for a week, so I just want to keep that in the forefront of my mind and just sort of try and set myself up ready for going away so I can still enjoy myself, because I'll probably be drinking a bit more, eating different foods, you know, that sort of thing. But yeah, that's it for now. It's just been a bit of a weird week. But I'm really happy with my weigh-in this week. I think it's been very, very positive. So do let me know how your week has gone. I hope it's gone really, really well. Let me know how your weight is, any hints, tips, any sort of thing that's been sort of troubling you, or, you know, any successes you've had. It's just like, it's really nice to share your stories. It's not just with me, it's with lots of people read the comments section in the video, so it's really nice for them to have a little read, and lots of people engage with each other as well. So I will probably be a little bit more free to speak next week. I just feel a bit weird just now, but anyway, it's like I feel like a kid hiding in the bedroom, isn't it funny? But yeah, that is it for today. Let's see how next week goes. I hope you're all having a fabulous week. Take care. I'll see you soon. Bye.